The research station New Horizon floated quietly in space. It was far from Earth, near the edge of human territory. The station was big and white, with many windows that looked out at the stars. Inside, scientists from different worlds worked, together. They studied plants, animals, and strange life forms from across the galaxy. Dr. Yoon Park walked through the main lab. She was 35 years old with kind eyes and long black hair. She wore a white lab coat over her blue uniform. In her hands, she carried a small cage with a glowing purple plant inside. The plant came from a world called Vega Prime. It could eat metal and grow very fast. "Mom, look at this," called a small voice. Dr. Park turned and smiled. Her daughter, So, was sitting at a computer. The 8-year-old girl had her mother's dark eyes and a big smile. Her hair was in 2 small ponytails. She wore a pink dress and white shoes. "What did you find, sweetheart?" Dr. Park asked. So pointed at the screen. "The computer is sick. It keeps making sad beeping sounds. But when I touch it like this..." She put her small hand on a blue panel next to the screen. The beeping stopped. The computer screen turned bright green. Dr. Park looked surprised. The blue panel was alien technology. It came from a race called the Hegemony. Most humans could not use it at all. Even trained scientists needed special gloves and tools. "How did you do that?" Dr. Park asked. So shrugged. "I just asked it nicely to feel better. It was scared about something big coming." Before Dr. Park could ask more questions, loud alarms started ringing. Red lights flashed on and off. A voice spoke over the speakers. "Warning, quantum storm approaching. All personnel report to safe areas immediately." Dr. Park grabbed So's hand. They ran toward the safe room. Other scientists ran too. There were humans, but also aliens. Some looked like tall blue people with 4 arms. Others were short and green with big eyes. All of them looked scared. The safe room was in the center of the station. It had thick metal walls and its own air supply. 30 people crowded inside. Dr. Park held So close. "What's a quantum storm?" So whispered. "It's like a big space tornado," Dr. Park said. "It can break ships and hurt electronics, but we're safe in here." The station shook. The lights went out for a moment, then came back on. Outside the safe room, they could hear things falling and breaking. An alien named Quill stood near the door. He was 7 feet tall with blue skin and white hair. He wore the uniform of a Hegemony diplomat. His 4 arms moved nervously. "The storm is getting worse," Quill said. "Our computers show it will last 6 hours." "6 hours?" said Dr. Kim, another human scientist. "Our safe room only has 4 hours of air for this many people." Everyone looked worried. Some of the aliens made clicking sounds with their mouths. This meant they were very scared. So pulled on her mother's coat. "Mom, the station is scared too, just like the computer was." "What do you mean, honey?" "I can feel it. The big brain that runs everything is confused. The storm is making it sick." Dr. Park looked at the walls. The station did have a bio-neural computer. It was partly alive, made from both metal and living tissue. The Hegemony had built it using their most advanced technology. "Can you help it?" Dr. Park asked quietly. So nodded. She walked to the wall and put both hands on a control panel. This panel was also Hegemony technology. It glowed with soft blue light. "It's okay," So whispered to the wall. "The storm is scary, but you're strong. You can protect everyone inside you." The panel glowed brighter. Suddenly, the shaking stopped. The alarms went quiet. The lights became steady and bright. Quill stared at So with his large yellow eyes. "Impossible. She is interfacing with our bio-neural system. No human has ever done this without years of training." "My daughter has always been good with computers," Dr. Park said. She felt proud but also worried, so kept her hands on the panel. Her eyes were closed. "The storm is still there, but the station made a bubble around us. We're safe now." For the next 5 hours, So stayed connected to the station's computer. She guided it through the storm. When other systems broke, she helped fix them. When the power started to fail, she showed the computer how to save energy. Finally, The storm passed, so opened her eyes and smiled. It's over. The station says thank you. All the aliens stared at her. They whispered to each other in their own languages. Some looked amazed, others looked afraid. Dr. Kim checked his instruments. She's right. All systems are normal. The station protected us perfectly. Quill helped evacuate everyone from the safe room. As they walked, he talked quietly into a small communication device. He spoke in the hegemony language, but Dr. Park understood a few words. He was reporting to his superiors about what happened. In the days that followed, So became famous on the station. The aliens brought her gifts and asked her questions. She could understand their technology in ways that surprised everyone. She helped fix broken equipment and improved computer programs. But far away, on the hegemony homeworld, other aliens were not happy. Overlord Vexus sat on his throne in a dark room. He was very old and very powerful. His skin was black and his eyes were red. He had ruled the hegemony empire for over 200 years. A human child, he said slowly. Interfacing with our most advanced systems, without training, without cybernetic implants. General Thane stood before the throne. He was a soldier with scars on his face and metal arms. Yes, Overlord. Our reports confirm it. The child has natural psionic abilities. Psionics, Vexus repeated. The humans said they had no psychic powers. They said they were just explorers and scientists. Perhaps they lied, General Thane suggested. Vexus was quiet for a long time. He thought about the human empire growing larger every year. He thought about their smart scientists and their fast ships. Now they might have psychic powers too. If one human child can do this, Vexus said, what could 1,000 human children do? What could 1,000,000? General Thane understood. You want me to eliminate the threat? Yes, before it grows, before other humans develop these abilities. Kill the child. Make it look like an accident. It will be done, Overlord. On the research station, So played with her toy ships. She did not know that across the galaxy, powerful aliens were planning her death. She did not know that her simple act of kindness would soon bring terrible consequences. Dr. Park watched her daughter play and smiled. She was proud of So's special gifts. She thought the future looked bright for humans and aliens working together. She had no idea that the future was about to become very dark indeed. 3 days after the quantum storm, the research station prepared for a special celebration. It was called Unity Day. Scientists from all the different worlds would share their cultures with each other. They would eat food, play music, and tell stories from their home planets. Dr. Yoon Park helped. So put on her best dress. It was white with small blue flowers. So's hair was braided with colorful ribbons that the alien scientists had given her. Do I look pretty, Mom? So asked. You look beautiful, sweetheart, Dr. Park said. She felt happy watching her daughter smile. The main hall was decorated with flags from many worlds. Tables were full of strange and wonderful foods. Some glowed, some changed colors, some made soft musical sounds when touched. So ran around the hall, talking to everyone. The alien scientists loved her. They taught her words in their languages. They showed her how to eat their food without getting sick. She is remarkable, said Quill, the tall blue diplomat. He watched. So help a small green alien fix his translator device. In my 300 years, I have never seen a human understand our technology so easily. Dr. Park nodded. She has always been special. Even as a baby, she could make our computers work better just by being near them. Near the back of the hall, 3 figures in dark clothes watched quietly. They wore the uniforms of hegemony maintenance workers. Their faces were hidden behind work masks. Nobody paid attention to them. The 3 figures were not maintenance workers. They were assassins sent by General Thane. Their names were Vrock, Nyx, and Tor. They had killed many people before. To them, this was just another job. Target identified, Vrock whispered into his communicator. Beginning final approach. The leader of the celebration stood up. It was Dr. Kim, the senior human scientist. He raised his glass of blue alien juice. Today we celebrate friendship between all the races, Dr. Kim said. We show that different peoples can work together in peace. Everyone clapped. So clapped the loudest. She was sitting at a table with 5 different alien children. They were all laughing and playing with glowing toys. And now, Dr. Kim continued, we have a special presentation. Our youngest scientist, So Park, will demonstrate the bio-neural interface she discovered during the storm. So jumped up excitedly. Dr. Park felt proud as her daughter walked to the center of the hall. A large screen showed the station's main computer system. Hello, everyone, So said in her small, clear voice. I want to show you how to talk to the station. You have to be nice and say please. She put her hands on the control panel. The screen lit up with beautiful patterns of light. The station's computer responded to her touch like a happy pet. See? The station likes us. It wants to keep us safe and help us learn new things. The aliens watched in amazement. Some took pictures. Others recorded videos to send to their homeworlds. In the back of the hall, Vrock pulled out a small silver device. It was no bigger than his thumb. The device was a neural disruptor. It was banned by all civilized worlds because of how cruel it was. Neural disruptor charged, Vrock whispered. Target in range. So continued her demonstration. She made the lights in the hall dance to music. She showed pictures of everyone's home worlds on the big screen. The crowd loved every moment. Now watch this, So said. I can ask the station to sing for us. A soft, beautiful melody filled the hall. It sounded like whale songs mixed with wind, chimes. Everyone stood still and listened. Even the hardest alien warriors had tears in their eyes. That was when Vrock fired the neural disruptor. The invisible beam hit So in the back. For a moment, nothing happened. She kept smiling and conducting the station's song. Then she screamed. It was not a normal scream. It was the sound of someone in terrible pain. So fell to the floor, her small body shaking. Her eyes rolled back. Foam came from her mouth. So, Dr. Park ran to her daughter. She dropped to her knees and held the little girl. Mommy, So whispered. Her voice was weak and scared. Why? Why do the nice aliens want to hurt me? I only wanted to help them. No, baby. The aliens are our friends, Dr. Park said. Tears ran down her face. You're going to be okay. Mommy's here. But So was not okay. The neural disruptor was designed to destroy the brain slowly. It caused maximum pain before death. It was meant to be torture. It hurts, Mommy, So cried. My head hurts so much. Make it stop. Please make it stop. Dr. Park looked around desperately. Help her, someone help her. Quill and the other aliens rushed forward. They tried everything they could, but neural disruptor damage could not be healed. So looked up at her mother one last time. I love you, Mommy. Tell the aliens I'm sorry I couldn't help them anymore. Then she was gone. Dr. Park held her daughter's body and screamed. It was a sound that would haunt everyone who heard it for the rest of their lives. The 3 assassins tried to leave quietly. But Captain Jin Lee had arrived on the station that morning. He was the head of Earth's security forces. When he heard the screaming, he immediately locked down the hall. Nobody moves, Jin Lee said. His voice was cold and deadly. Security. Scan everyone for weapons. The neural disruptor was found in Vrock's pocket. Security cameras showed him firing it. More evidence was found in their ship. Jin Lee questioned the assassins. They did not talk at first. But Jin Lee had ways of making people talk. Within 2 hours, he knew everything. The order came from General Thane. The hegemony leadership wanted. So dead because they feared human psychic abilities. They thought killing one child would stop humans from developing their powers. Jin Lee sent an encrypted message to Earth. The message was simple. They killed a child. The Park girl, on purpose, orders from the top, recommend total war. The response from Earth came back quickly. It was signed by Admiral Kai Sung, the commander of all human military forces. Understood. No forgiveness, no mercy, no survivors. Begin Phase 1 immediately. Quill tried to speak for his government. He was horrified by what happened. This was not authorized by all of us. Some of us opposed this action. We can offer compensation, justice for those responsible. Jin Li looked at him with cold eyes. Compensation? Justice? You killed an 8-year-old girl who was trying to help you. There is no compensation for that. There is no justice that can bring her back. Then, what do you want? Quill asked. We want you to understand something, Jin Li said. Humans have been peaceful because we chose to be peaceful. We shared our knowledge because we believed in friendship. We trusted you because we thought you were civilized. Jin Li walked over to where So's body lay covered by a white sheet. You have shown us that peace is impossible. You have shown us that you see kindness as weakness. You have shown us that you will kill our children if we let you. He turned back to Quill. So we will not let you. We will not be peaceful anymore. We will not be kind anymore. We will show you what humans are really capable of when you threaten our children. The message went out to every human world, every human ship, every human station. The message was simple. They killed So Park, a child, on purpose. War begins now. Across human space, peaceful research ships suddenly revealed hidden weapons. Exploration fleets uncloaked their battle cruisers. Civilian stations activated defense systems that could destroy entire fleets. Humanity had been preparing for this day. They had hoped it would never come, but when it did, they were ready. Admiral Kai Sung stood in the command center of the Earth Defense Fleet. He was 50 years old with gray hair and hard eyes. Behind him, hundreds of officers worked at glowing screens. They were sending orders to every human ship in the galaxy. Status. Report, Admiral Kai Sung said. All battle groups are ready, sir, reported Commander Na Kim. She was young, but very smart. Her job was to gather information about enemies. The hegemony still thinks we only have exploration ships, Admiral Kai Sung smiled. It was not a kind smile. Then it's time to show them the truth. On the main screen, a map of the galaxy appeared. Red dots showed hegemony worlds. Blue dots showed human colonies. For years, the red dots had been growing, while the blue dots stayed small and peaceful. That was about to change. Open a channel to all hegemony leaders, Admiral Kai Sung ordered. The screen changed. It now showed the face of Overlord Vexus. The alien ruler looked confident. Behind him sat other hegemony leaders. They all looked calm and powerful. Human. Admiral, Vexus said, we are sorry about the accident on your research station. We will investigate and punish any responsible parties. Accident? Admiral Kai Sung repeated. You call the murder of an 8-year-old child an accident? The child was a threat to galactic peace, General Thane said. He stepped forward with his metal arms crossed. Her psychic abilities could have been weaponized. Admiral Kai Sung was quiet for a moment. When he spoke, his voice was very cold. General Thane, you ordered the death of So Park, a little girl who saved your people's lives during the quantum storm, a child who wanted nothing but to help and learn. The child was dangerous, General Thane said. No, Admiral Kai Sung replied. The child was innocent. But you are dangerous. And you have made the worst mistake in galactic history. The hegemony leaders laughed. They thought one human admiral was threatening their entire empire. What will you do? Vexus asked. Complain to the Galactic Council? Send us angry messages? You humans are weak. You have no real military. You are explorers and scientists, nothing more. Admiral Kai Sung nodded to Commander Na Kim. She pressed a button. Across the galaxy, things began to change. The human research station near hegemony space suddenly grew new parts. Hidden panels opened. Massive weapons emerged from what looked like communication arrays. The research station was actually a battle fortress with enough firepower to destroy an entire fleet. Human exploration ships began to transform. Their outer hulls fell away like snakeskin. Underneath were sleek warships with weapons the hegemony had never seen before. The ships had been disguised, but now they showed their true nature. On human colonies, farming domes opened up. Inside were not crops but rows and rows of fighter ships. Mining facilities revealed themselves to be weapons factories. Universities became command centers for massive military operations. You see, Admiral Kaisung said. We have been preparing for this day for a very long time. We hoped it would never come. We believed that peace was possible. We thought that sharing knowledge and friendship would be enough. The hegemony leaders stared at their screens in shock. Their computers showed thousands of human warships appearing from nowhere. The numbers kept growing. But you have shown us that some species cannot be trusted with peace, Admiral Kaisung continued. You have shown us that you see kindness as weakness, and worst of all, you have shown us that you will hurt our children. Captain Jin Lee's voice came over the communication system. Admiral, Strike Group Alpha is in position at the Kepler system. Begin Operation Righteous Fury, Admiral Kaisung ordered. On the screen, the hegemony leaders watched in horror as the Kepler system was attacked. But it was not a normal attack. Human ships fired beams of purple light. When the beams hit hegemony ships, the ships simply stopped existing. They did not explode. They did not break apart. They just disappeared as if they had never been there. Impossible, General Thane whispered. What kind of weapons are those? Quantum erasure beams, Admiral Kaisung said. They remove matter from this reality entirely. Your ships and everyone on them cease to exist on any level. Other human ships fired different weapons. Some created black holes that sucked in enemy fleets. Others shot time distortion fields that trapped hegemony, ships in temporal loops, making them live the same moment of destruction over and over forever. Your shields and armor are useless, Commander Nakim explained. Our weapons operate on principles you do not understand. We manipulate time, space, gravity, and reality itself. The hegemony defense fleet tried to fight back. They fired their most powerful weapons at the human ships. The energy beams and missiles passed right through the human vessels like they were ghosts. Phase-shifting technology, Admiral Kaisung said. Our ships can exist slightly outside normal space. Your weapons cannot touch us. Within 1 hour, the entire Kepler system was empty. 20,000 hegemony ships and their crews were gone. Not destroyed, gone, as if they had never existed. This is impossible, Overlord Vexus said. His voice shook with fear. You were peaceful. You shared technology with us. You helped our scientists. Yes, we did, Admiral Kaisung agreed. We shared the technology we wanted you to have. We helped your scientists learn what we wanted them to learn. We showed you exactly what we chose to show you. Captain Jin Lee appeared on another screen. He was on the bridge of a massive warship. Admiral, the hegemony is mobilizing their main battle fleet. 3 million ships heading toward human space. Let them come, Admiral Kaisung said. It will save us the trouble of hunting them down one by one. He turned back to the hegemony leaders. You wanted to see what humans are capable of when threatened. You will get your wish. But understand this. Everything you are about to witness happened because you chose to murder a child. Wait, Quill said. He pushed forward, his blue face pale with fear. Some of us opposed this action. Some of us wanted peace. Surely you can show mercy to those who are innocent. Admiral Kaisung looked at him for a long moment. So Park was innocent too. She was 8 years old. She wanted to help everyone. She saved your people during the storm. And you killed her because you were afraid. That was not my decision, Quill pleaded. But you did nothing to stop it, Admiral Kaisung replied. You are all guilty. Your entire species chose to remain silent while a child was murdered for the crime of being kind. He leaned forward. There will be no mercy. There will be no surrender. There will be no negotiation. There will only be extinction. The communication ended. Across the galaxy, the human war machine awakened. For 50 years, humanity had built weapons in secret while pretending to be peaceful explorers. They had prepared for the day when peace would no longer be possible. That day had arrived, and the hegemony empire was about to learn what humans really were when their children were threatened. 6 months after So Park's death, the hegemony empire was dying. Dr. Yoon Park sat in her laboratory on Earth. She had not slept much since her daughter died. Her eyes were red from crying and lack of rest. Her hands shook as she worked on her final project. On the table in front of her was a small glass container, Inside was a tiny amount of silver liquid. It looked harmless, like mercury or liquid metal, but it was the most dangerous weapon ever created. "Status report, Doctor," said Admiral Kai Sung. He had come to check on her work. "The quantum virus is ready," Dr. Park said. Her voice was quiet but full of anger. "It will target the specific DNA patterns of everyone involved in my daughter's murder." "How does it work?" Admiral Kai Sung asked. Dr. Park picked up the container. "It spreads through the air, through water, through any contact, but it only affects those who carry the genetic markers of the assassination conspiracy. It will cause the same neural disruption that killed So, but slower, much slower." Admiral Kai Sung nodded. "How long?" 3 days of agony, Dr. Park said. "The same pain my baby felt, but stretched over 72 hours. They will experience every second of suffering that So did, multiplied by 1,000. She looked at Admiral Kai Sung with tears in her eyes. "Is that wrong? Am I becoming a monster?" "They made you into this," Admiral Kai Sung said gently. "They killed your child. You have the right to make them pay." Meanwhile, Captain Jin Lee was leading the final assault on the hegemony capital world. His fleet of invisible ships surrounded the planet. The hegemony's last defense forces tried to fight, but they might as well have been throwing rocks at ghosts. "All remaining hegemony ships destroyed," reported his second-in-command. "The planet is defenseless." "Good," Captain Jin Lee said. "Begin the final phase." On the planet's surface, Overlord Vexus sat in his throne room. Most of his advisors were dead. His empire was gone. Only his homeworld remained. General Thane stood beside the throne. His metal arms were damaged from battle. "My lord, perhaps we should surrender, offer terms." "No," Vexus said. "We are the superior race. We have ruled the galaxy for 1,000 years. These humans are just animals who learn to use tools." A small metal sphere rolled into the throne room. It was no bigger than a marble. Vexus and Thane stared at it. "What is that?" Thane asked. The sphere cracked open. Silver mist poured out. The quantum virus spread through the air in seconds. "A gift from Dr. Yoon Park," said a voice. Captain Jin Lee walked into the throne room. He wore a special suit that protected him from the virus. She wanted to deliver it personally, but she's busy preparing memorials for her daughter. Vexus tried to stand, but his legs would not work. The virus was already in his system. "What have you done?" "Justice," Captain Jin Lee said. "You ordered the death of an innocent child. Now you will experience what she felt." General Thane fell to his knees. Pain shot through his brain like lightning. This is the neural disruptor effect, but much worse." "Yes," Captain Jin Lee agreed. "Dr. Park improved the design. She is very good at her job." For the next 3 days, Overlord Vexus and General Thane suffered. They screamed and begged for mercy. They offered to surrender their empire, their technology, their lives, but there was no one left to listen. Captain Jin Lee watched them die, slowly. He felt no pity. He thought about little So Park, who had died in confusion and pain while trying to help people. When it was over, Captain Jin Lee activated the final weapon. It was called a reality eraser. It removed things from existence so completely that it was like they had never been real at all. The hegemony homeworld vanished, not destroyed, erased. Every building, every person, every trace that the planet had ever existed was gone. Commander Na Kim coordinated the cleanup operation. Human ships visited every former hegemony world. They used memory erasers to remove all record of the empire from computer systems. They destroyed art, literature, and historical records. They erased the hegemony language from translation databases. "Why remove everything?" asked a young human officer. "Why not just defeat them?" "Because," Commander Na Kim explained, "we want to send a message to every species in the galaxy. If you threaten human children, we will not just kill you. We will erase you so completely that no one will remember you ever existed." Some aliens had helped the humans during the war. Quill, the blue diplomat, was one of them. He had tried to stop the assassination and had helped human forces when the fighting began. These aliens were given new identities and relocated to peaceful worlds. They were told to never speak of the hegemony again. Most of them were happy to forget. 2 years after the war ended, Admiral Kai Sung made a broadcast to all the civilizations in the galaxy. He stood on the bridge of his flagship, surrounded by the most advanced technology ever created. "I am Admiral Kai Sung of the Human Defense Fleet," he said. 2 years ago, the Hegemony Empire murdered a human child named So Park. She was 8 years old. She was innocent. She was trying to help others when they killed her. The broadcast reached every alien world, every space station, every ship in the galaxy. Everyone listened. Humanity wanted peace, Admiral Kai Sung continued. We offered friendship. We shared our knowledge freely. We believed that different species could work together for the good of all. He paused and looked directly at the camera. We were wrong. Some of you saw our kindness as weakness. Some of you thought our children were acceptable targets. Behind him, images appeared on the screen. They showed human weapons destroying hegemony fleets. They showed planets being erased from reality. They showed the complete extinction of an entire galactic empire. "Let this be your lesson," Admiral Kai Sung said. "We are capable of infinite kindness and infinite wrath. We can be your greatest friends or your worst nightmare. The choice is yours." He leaned forward. "But understand this. If you harm a human, child, we will not just defeat you. We will remove you from existence so completely that the universe will forget you ever lived. There will be no mercy. There will be no forgiveness. There will only be extinction." The broadcast ended. Dr. Yoon Park stood in a beautiful garden on Earth. In the center was a statue of her daughter. So was carved in white marble, smiling and reaching out to touch a flower. Around the statue were plants from 100 different worlds, gifts from alien species who had learned to respect humanity. "I did it, sweetheart," Dr. Park whispered to the statue. "I made sure no one will ever hurt another child the way they hurt you." A small alien child walked up to the statue. It was from a species that had been neutral during the war. The child placed a purple flower at the base of the memorial. "Thank you for saving the station," the alien child said in broken human language. "You were a good person." Dr. Park smiled through her tears. "Yes, she was. She was the best person I ever knew." The galaxy was peaceful now. Not because everyone loved each other, but because everyone understood the price of threatening humanity's children. And in that peace, the memory of So Park lived on, the little girl whose death had changed the universe forever.